Dear students, this is Dr. Kiran Deshwal, Assistant Professor English, and in this video lecture, we will continue our remaining poem, My Last Duchess, composed by Robert Browning. As I told you, this poem is written in the form of a dramatic monologue, and in a dramatic monologue, the speaker delivers his speech or describes his thoughts to a silent listener. So, in this poem, the Duke of Ferrara is the speaker who tells the act of murdering his wife to Count's messenger, and Count's messenger has come with the proposal of another marriage. So we have seen that he shows him the portrait of the Duchess, a painting of Duchess in which she looks very beautiful as if she is alive. And my last Duchess means my uh, late wife, who is not alive now, who is dead. So we have read till I think line 16 or 18. So how such a glance came there, so not the first are you to turn and ask her, sir. It was not her husband's presence only, called that spot of joy into that Duchess' cheek. Perhaps Farah Pandol's chance to say her mental lapse. So, as I told you that the Duke is very suspicious, is very doubtful. He doubts on the chastity of her wife. He thinks that she is not faithful to him. How such a glance came there. So the painting of his wife is very beautiful. She is looking very beautiful in that picture, and she thinks that the viewer will ask that how such a glance came there, why she is laughing like this. So not the first are you to turn and ask. He explains that you will not be the first to ask this thing. Many of the persons have asked this before you. Sir, it was not her husband's presence only. As I told you, the Duke is very suspicious. He thinks that my wife is only my wife. She cannot laugh with another person, and she cannot talk with anyone else, and he has a narrow mentality. So he said that, sir, it was not her husband's presence only, called that spot of joy into Duchess' cheek. She is laughing, and her cheeks are blushing, and this is not only the presence of her husband. Perhaps what happened, Farah Pandolf, who was drawing the painting of her, he got the chance to say that her mental lapse ओवर माई लेडीज रिस्क टू मच, शायद उसको कहने का ये मौका मिल गया होगा कि मैडम आपका जो पल्लू है वो आपकी कलाई पे थोड़ा ज़्यादा आ रहा है, तो इस बात से शायद उसको हंसी आ गई होगी. तो ड्यूक इज़ वेरी सस्पिशियस. वो शकी स्वभाव का इंसान है और अपनी वाइफ की फिडेलिटी पे उसे शक होता है. और पेंट मस्ट नेवर होप टू रिप्रोड्यूस दैट द फेंट हाफ फ्लश दैट डाइज अलोंग हर थ्रोट. बाकी पेंटिंग जो पेंट होता है पेंटिंग में, उसमें ऐसा कुछ भी जादू नहीं होता है जिससे कि उसके चेहरे की उस लालिमा को दिखाया जा सके. एट दैट टाइम द डचेस लाफ्ड एंड दिस elegance came on her face. So see the rhyme scheme. So it was not an spot, not an spot. Rhyming couplet, perhaps lapse. Rhyming couplet, faint and paint. Rhyming couplet. Come to next line. Half flesh that dies along her throat, such stuff was courtesy. If someone suggests you something better, you smile. This is a courtesy. Out of courtesy, out of respect to another person's suggestion, you give a little bit smile, and it's a courtesy. She thought, ये उसको लगता था डचेस को, बट अकॉर्डिंग टू ड्यूक दिस वॉज रॉन्ग एंड कॉज एनफ फॉर कॉलिंग अप दैट स्पॉट ऑफ जॉय. दैट्स वाई सी smile, and she had a heart, how shall I say. She was an open-hearted lady. She was a kind lady. She never differentiated among persons. But Duke thinks that this is not good. She had a heart. How shall I say? Too soon made glad. According to Duke, Duchess was cheaper. And see the rhyme scheme: had and made, had and glad, had and glad. Again, it's a rhyming couplet. Too easily impressed. She liked whatever she looked on, and her looks went everywhere. He says that Duchess could have been impressed easily because she, being a kind hearted lady, she liked whatever she looked on, and the problem was that her looks went everywhere. That's why she liked everything. So see the rhyme scheme, whatever, everywhere. So it was all one. ये तो एक बात है, और बात अगर मैं आपको बताऊं, my favor at her breast, even then I was faithful to her, even then I took her favor, even then I was at her favor. The dropping of the daylight in the west, the dropping of the daylight at evening time when the sun sets in the west, the bow of cherries, some offices full. Offices full means servant. If any servant offered her cherry branches at evening time, she she felt happy, she felt joyous, and those branches were broken in the orchard for her. The white mule she rode with round the terrace, all and each would draw from her alike the approving speech. See the line. This was the main reason of jealousy. All and each would draw. All and each would draw from her alike the approving speech. He says that everyone, she favored everyone, she smiled everyone, that's why the duke was not happy with her. Even he says that he is complaining that whenever a servant offered her a cherry bow, she became happy. Otherwise, we should not feel happy on the presents given by the servants. This is the mentality of the duke. Or blush, at least she thanked man. Good, it's a good thing. If someone offers us something, we should thank them. But she thanked people. But how? But thanked somehow. I know not how, but the way she thanked people is not liked by Duke. Duke disliked this fact, as if she ranked my gift of a 900 years old name with anybody's gift. I was her husband, and I gave her a 900-year-old name. My family is so famous, and she equaled my gift with anyone's gift, with anybody's gift, with a servant's gift, and this was the limit, and I didn't like this, and who would stoop to blame this sort of trifling? I'm not a person who will point her out every mistake. Even had you skill in speech, only the people who are talkative, who are clever, who in talks, and who had the skill of speaking can do so. But which I have not. But I don't have that skill to make your will quite clear to such an one, so that I can make her understand that I dislike this and I like this, and this is not according to my will, and say just this so that you disgust me. So I'm not a person who will point out every single thing that I don't like this and I don't like that, don't do this and don't do that. Here you miss, here I stopped, here I didn't say anything, here I missed, and there exceed the mark, and there she crossed the line. So see the rhyme scheme first, then we will analyze the poem again. Thanked and ranked. Again, it's a rhyming couplet. Name, blame. Again, it's a rhyming couplet. As I told you, this poem is written in 29 rhyming couplets. So, see the rhyming scheme. Skill and will. Skill and will. Again, it's a rhyming couplet. Just this you miss, this and miss, or they exceed the mark, and if she let herself be lessened so, nor plainly set her wits to your. And sometimes I thought that I should make her understand, and whenever I tell her that you should not do this, you should not do that, she cross questioned why, what's wrong in doing this. So not plainly said, she was not plain, she was not simple enough to she is very curious, she asked everything, she cross questioned, and I dislike this, her wits to yours forsooth, and made excuse. Even then would be some stooping, and I choose never to stoop. But even then, you can compromise, you can say that okay, I will do that, but I never choose, because he's an egoistic person. The Duke has ego, he is a dominating person, he's a arrogant person, and he's a patriarchal who don't want to give any freedom to his wife. Oh, sir, she smiled, no doubt, whenever I passed her, but who passed without much the same smile? This grew, I gave commands. See, he's jealous also. He thinks that my wife should laugh only when I'm there. So it irritated him, and he gave commands. So see the rhyme scheme first. Let and set. Rhyming couplet. Excuse and choose. Rhyming couplet. Never to stoop. Oh, sir, she smiled, no doubt. He is very suspicious about the nature of his wife. He disliked his smiling face. And never to stoop. He chooses never to stoop. He chooses never to compromise. Oh, sir, she smiled, no doubt, whenever I passed her. But who passed without much the same smile? This is good. She gave me smiles, but why she gave smiles to others also? This was the thing of um, this annoyed the Duke, and this thing grew, and he gave commands. Doubt without. Again, it's a rhyming couplet. He gave commands, and then all his smiles stopped together. There she stands. He gave commands, he got her murdered, and she died, and now she is hanged in the painting on the wall of his house. Then all his smiles stopped together. In these 5 words, there is a great tragedy. It's a story of Duchess' death, and she was killed by Duke just because he suspected on her nature. Then all smiles stopped together. There she stand, and she came on the wall. उसने उसको मरवा दिया और उसकी फोटो को दीवार पे टंगवा दिया. This grew, I gave commands, and there she stands. Commands and stands. Again, it's a rhyming couplet. So note this line. In this line, we have a tragedy of the death of Duchess. Then all smiles stopped together, and there she stands as if alive. Again, here we have irony in this word, as if alive. See, वो जिंदा ही नहीं है, वो जिंदा दिखेगी कैसे? तो इस शब्द में यहाँ पे आयनी है. विल नॉट प्लीज यू राइज, उसको बिठा लिया, दिखा दिया, उसको वापस उठा रहा है. तो ये जो 2 लाइन है, विल नॉट प्लीज यू सिट एंड विल नॉट प्लीज यू राइज, दीज 2 lines indicate that we have a listener in this poem also. We will meet the company below. Then I repeat, the count your master known munificence, wealth, धन दौलत. ड्यूक वापस कहता है कि हालांकि तुम्हारा जो मालिक है वो काफ़ी धनवान है, और उसकी धन दौलत इस बात का सबूत है कि वो मुझे काफ़ी सारा दहेज देगा. So the Duke is a dowry seeker also. He is a miser, he is a jealous, he is arrogant, and he is a dowry seeker, and he is a patriarch. He is cruel also. He got her wife killed. The count your messengers non-munificence is ample warrant that no just pretense of mine for dowry will be disallowed. So he is a dowry seeker. He hopes that the count will give him his daughter also and a lot of dowry also. उसे बेटी भी देगा और उसे दहेज भी देगा, ऐसी उसकी ख्वाहिश है. Will not please you rise, we will meet the company below. Then I repeat, the count your master's non munificence is ample. Ample means clear, warrant means guarantee. क्लियर गारंटी है कि उसके पास काफ़ी धन दौलत है, एक ही बेटी है तो उसको धन दौलत देगा ही देगा. दैट नो जस्ट प्रिटेंस ऑफ माइंड फॉर डॉवरी विल बी डिसअलाउड. आई विल नॉट बी डिसअलाउड फ्रॉम माई राइट. मेरे हक से मुझे वंचित नहीं किया जाएगा. दिस इज वॉट ही थिंक्स. सो meet and repeat, again we have a rhyming couplet. Munificence and pretense, again we have a rhyming couplet. Of mind for dowry will be disallowed, though his fair daughter self as I hold. My interest is only his daughter. डिसअलाउड एंड अवॉर्ड, मुझे सिर्फ उसकी बेटी चाहिए पर वो धन देगा ही तो मैं मना नहीं करूँगा. एट स्टार्टिंग इज माई ऑब्जेक्ट, ने वी विल गो टुगेदर डाउन सर, हम साथ साथ नीचे चलेंगे. नोटिस नेपच्यून, नोटिस नेपच्यून में एलिट्रेशन है एन नोटिस नेपच्यून. And the duke is saying, showing the picture, the statue of Neptune. This shows that he's an art lover. He has the whole gallery, portrait gallery in his house. So it's a Renaissance period, and Renaissance period was a revival in learning, sculpture, painting. So here we see that the duke is an art lover. He has Neptune also, though taming a seahorse. So taming a seahorse, this signifies that duke will be dominating over his wife. Thought a rarity, which Claus of Innsbruck cast in bronze for me, especially this artist Claus of Innsbruck composed or created this Neptune for the duke. So this is the story. This shows the psychology of the duke, who is a dowry seeker, who is arrogant, who dominates his wife and didn't give her any freedom. Whenever she wanted it, he got her killed. So it's a tragedy in which we witness the death of the Duchess at the hands of the duke. He's jealous, he's suspicious, he's dowry seeker. Thanks for watching. We will be continue in our next video.